So, listen, let's begin this week. Let us start Indiana, and I'm going to open up our Indiana portion of the program in jail. No, not like that. We're going to talk about the Indiana Department of Corrections. A couple quick stories from them this week. So, this one we're going to start from the invaluable Indiana Capitol Chronicle. The state will resume $6 million in jail payments to 41 counties. This is tied to a couple different things. There was funding tied to like level 6 felony diversions. Folks like this used to be held in state prisons. Now they're held in local jails to offset costs. Additionally, there's also reimbursements for jail holds where inmates who have been convicted of state crimes remain in county jails until the Department of Corrections picks them up. I don't know. I don't fully understand all this, but what I do see is that, local jails have been sort of in a bind without this money from the state that they really rely on. Now, Abdul, you're an attorney. You come up against the criminal justice system in your work. Is this something that you see that folks in your circles are talking about?
If you're asking us, is a guy on the street at Target talking about it? No. If you talk about the political class, the budget class, to a certain degree, yes. And if you think about it, the state's, late payments is, first of all, it's nothing new, to be brutally honest with you. When the states have done this before, they delayed payments so they get their budgets in order. But I think what this one is just basically, with all talk about public safety, the perception of crime is out of control. Then juxtapose that with the states, the Medicaid, the budgetary shortfalls. Now it looks like we're not going to have one. So, is it a big deal? Yes. Is it a grant? Is it escape from Alcatraz? Probably not.
No, and then really the bigger story in the criminal justice world in Indiana this week, I think, is more that the state, the Department of Corrections, is requesting almost $16 million in upgrades for the Miami Correctional Facility that is just outside of the old Grissom Air Force Base there, south of where's that? North of Kokomo. I want to say north of Kokomo. Anyway, so the DOC is requesting $15.8 million from the state budget agency to upgrade the Miami facility as they prepare to house ICE detainees. The facility is going to require a series of infrastructure upgrades and equipment acquisitions, and they want to have this done sometime before October 1st. That's when apparently we're going to be housing ICE detainees right here in the Hoosier State. Cliff, we've talked about the constitutionality of this facility before, the opposition from people in the region to this before, but now we're into the apportionment phase of this thing. It's really happening, huh?
Yeah, right now here in Marion County, Sheriff Kerry Forrestal is housing about 100 ICE detainees a day. $75 a pop comes to about $7,500 a day that we are spending, and that's almost $3 million a year. Given that the sheriff has been asked to, people have asked the sheriff not to do this, but it's in his best interest to continue doing it. He says, well, I don't think there's a way to stop it, but his salary is dependent on what he is being given by the state and the federal government. And there's an extra $3 million that he didn't have last year. Kerry Forrestal, I can't find the numbers from the last 2 years, but I believe he's one of the highest paid public employees, with his base salary being about $160,000 in 2022. I can imagine it being quite a bit more this year because we are not providing those prisoners adequate support, and whatever we don't provide to them goes into his slush fund.
Ooh, that's particularly gross when you look at it that way. Like, are we giving sheriffs like performance incentives for locking people up like they're I don't know, a quarterback or something? Like I don't know. You see
Oh,
that stuff in
100
sports contracts or CEO
100%. I
contracts.
mean, just like when you talk about folks who are constitutional sheriffs in Indiana, as well as constables, their their salary is dependent on how many people they can get into their facilities.
Okay, so let's back
Yeah,
up on this a little
that's
bit
true.
for people like me for whom this is brand new news and it's gross. All right, so ICE is paying all this money for prisoners to be housed at our expense. We are the ones that determine what care they get, what food they get, what kind of bedding they get, all of that, all of the things that make them be able to be living beings in our care are under our control. We get $3 million. Did you say a week, a year
A
from
year.
a
That
year
is just
from
That is
ICE?
Marion County alone.
Marion County alone is getting this. So, and who controls that money?
It goes directly to the sheriff's department. The sheriff gets to choose how it's allocated. Whatever extra goes right directly to his salary.
So there's no stopgaps between his salary and that money. If he wanted to say, oh, I can cut these corners here and take 3/4 of this and throw it in my bank account, nothing would stop him.
And that's exactly what happens in most of these jails. When you find jails are being underfunded, it's almost always a sheriff who's looking at his bank account saying,
Shut
I would
up.
do better. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I can't speak for Forrestal, but we do have multiple cases of corruption in various sheriff's departments across the state.